Do you know what discrimination feels like? Did you think about all the challenges people can face just because of their race or culture beliefs or physical changes? Well, according to an article written by Andrew Arndrid in 2018 and published in the NBC News website, he states that 64% of Americans state that racism is a major problem in our society, and it's affecting in this way different parts in our lives like employment, housing, healthcare system, and justice. Were you aware that the differences based on the race in our society can cause indirect death to a victim of racism? Well, today I'm going to expose these challenges that Black Americans have faced throughout the years and what we can do to fight all of the challenges for a better society. As Oprah Winfrey once said, as long as people can't be judged by the color of the skin, the problem is not solved. Sometimes we think that a simple comment is not going to make a big difference to someone. According to an article, the impact of structural racism on Black Americans, published on the Catalyst website in 2020, affirms that we are creating a system of ridicule basis across our society. We need to understand how this works and was built to fight the long-term effects and dismantle the barriers. A meta-analysis experiment was conducted from 1990 to 2015, and it showed that white applicants received 36 more callbacks for work application than Black Americans with identical resumes. This means that over 25 years during this experiment, there is no reduction in hiring discrimination. And believe it or not, this also affects the homeowners. So we have that Black Americans are less likely to be able to own a home than their white Americans. White Americans have an average of 71% that are accepted or even own a home, while as the mortgages for the Black Americans are either higher or they just don't get a home, no matter how good your resume or application for a home is good. So that is something that even in today's date, it happens. And this was a study that was done from 2016 to 2019 that also showed that white Americans will still be able to access better properties or better education, better jobs because of race discrimination. And unfortunately, this sounds unreal, but today's day it happens. It's something that pinches us in our backs, and it's still gonna continue no matter what we do. Now, if we're able to change or fix this problem, we will be able to fundamentally not abolish, because we'll never be able to abolish discrimination, but we're able to just secure a better future for the next generation to come, so that they are less likely to be victims of discrimination regardless of what they believe or what their religion is. In an article written by Marnie White titled "What Are the Effects of Racism on Physical Health and Mental Health?" Published in 2023 on the Medical News Today website, she exposes how racism can affect mental and physical health. The research was conducted in 2019. For this article, found an association between racial discrimination and physical and mental conditions. Some of these are obesity, alcohol usage, cardiovascular disease, mental health disorders like anxiety and depression, and poor sleep. Due to this high risk problem of health, Black Americans were 1.5 times more likely to be uninsured, causing a simple problem like hypertension to be fatal, essentially. And unfortunately, like I said before, jobs and health in healthcare systems tend to do this a lot. When I was working in the hospital, I saw a lot of discrimination towards Black Americans. Something that to this day still shocks me because it's something that we're living with every day until we are able to resolve this. And I think that we are all part of the problem, and in our hands we have the solution for that problem. And the solution is to educate ourselves. What are the correct ways that we can treat each other with respect? Don't say anything, any comments that may hurt or hinder that person, regardless of what your beliefs are. If they're different from another person's beliefs, just keep the opinions to yourself. And unless you know this person, just don't talk about anything that is that delicate. And unfortunately, there is these times where we have to think that way.